Aloha everyone, and welcome back to another update of vacation rentals here on Oahu. I apologize, I try to get these out every week, but it has just been super busy for me. So this is actually going to be the past 2 weeks update of new listing and sold properties. And for the past 2 weeks, quite active for new listings, 26 new listings, wide variety of properties here. And since this is the first video of the month, just want to point out that I'm not going to go into detail of the units at Ala Moana Hotel, Ritz-Carlton, or Trump Towers, which is now at the Kalahi. But for all these other properties, in the video description, I'm going to leave an Airbnb link so you can check out occupancy rates and nightly rates for quality units in all of these buildings here. And before I dive into all these new listings, the reason I've been so busy is that our property management division, we just introduced 2 new vacation rentals to the market. I want to just share these with you really quick. And the first unit is this studio over at Marine Surf. Great ocean views here. For the building, this is really a neat unit here. It's a corner unit, so it has 2 lanais. One is very large, that's ocean facing. And this is a wonderful owner to work with. He really gave us creative control to do whatever we wanted with the unit and pretty much give us an open checkbook. We didn't abuse it, obviously, but he allowed us to get everything we wanted that we thought would provided really a 5-star experience to the guests. And we were able to get this on the market from the time that he signed up with us. Well, he was referred to us. So the time that we met with him, decided to go with our company, we got this up in about 3 days. It was a scramble, and we're getting a great response already for April. After getting it on the market, we had our first booking within about 3 days. And so the first guest is in there, and April is pretty filled up already. And this is the other unit that we've been really busy working on, Waikiki Banyan. This is another owner. This owner is located on the East Coast. He gave us creative control as well to do what we wanted. And we've been really getting a good response from guests in this unit as well. This unit has some great views. So if you want to stay at either of these properties, just contact me directly. And if you're interested in property management, also I'd love to chat with you. All right, well, now let's get started over to all the new listings. First, Ala Moana Hotel. I'm going to go kind of quick here because there's just so many properties to get through. Studio, 10th floor, price at $175. Here's your fees here. Has some views. If you want more information, just contact me directly, but that's priced quite well in my opinion. The other one, Ala Moana Hotel on the 10th floor, $238, 297 square feet, City Mount Ocean views. There's your fees, 2-bed configuration. Aloha Surf, I like this unit. 15th floor studio, 315 square feet, priced at $339. Views here, low monthly fees. I have a client who bought in here, did a full remodel, and he's doing really well. Says he does about $5,000 a month. That's gross, by the way. It includes your taxes and cleaning fees, though. And this one's just hotel furnishings, so it definitely needs to be refurnished. But it's nice. It has an actual sink in here. So it has some potential, and I think that's priced quite well for being on the 15th floor. I like the price. Trade winds, 8th floor unit, studio, 266 square feet, priced at $344. Really no views. Look at your very low monthly fees. This building has some really nice units. And actually, before I show you pictures, I just want to show the location. It's tucked on a side street just off of Kapahulu. As you can see, great beach access. So overall, I mean, kind of quiet in this area. And I like the building, but the challenge is that they don't allow lock boxes here. So you either use a hotel management, or if you're going to self-manage or use a third-party management company, you really have to find a place to have a lockbox off-site or meet the guests when they check in. And this unit had been in escrow, it fell out, and just being brought back on the market. We did have a client who wanted us to manage in here, and it seemed like there was a hostel close by that they were kind of open to us paying them a monthly fee to have them store our lockbox, but we never finalized things because my client decided not to move forward with the unit he was buying. But I think if someone was serious about buying in here, we could probably find an option for lockbox storage in a kind of convenient location for our guests to pick up at. But pretty decent looking unit here. Homes at Waikiki on the 4th floor, 272 square feet, priced at $350. City Mountain, here's your fees here. Homes at Waikiki, located on the other side of Waikiki, right here in Moana. Not too keen to be on the 4th floor. You're gonna get some noise, but I do like that this is on the quiet side of the building, not on Moana. So this is gonna be definitely a little quieter than the other side of the building. Hotel furnishings. It's nice that you have a usable lanai. Some lanais have a cement column that obstructs right the center of your lanai, so you can't really use it at all. Not the best photos. But price in the realms of an offer, I think, being on that floor. But I think it's probably going to sell less than $350. Island Colony on the 7th floor, priced at $360, 280 square feet, city views. Kind of clean looking. Not my style of furnishings, but you know, it's definitely ready for guests. And I've definitely seen worse. Nice that it has no popcorn ceiling. Nice kitchenette. I like the built-in cooktop. And updated bathroom. Not a bad price. Let's see what happens there. Kuhio Village studio on the 10th floor, 286 square feet, priced at $369. Your views, your monthly fees. This is a very basic building, no common area amenities, located in the heart of Waikiki. I'd definitely get rid of that bed there. Just with the square footage and just the feel, I'd rather make it more of an intimate space for single traveler or two guests, couples. But I mean, they did have some upgrades here. But this building's really just very popular for budget travelers and even just first-time investors, people getting their foot in the door in Oahu real estate. Studio Waikiki Grand on the 3rd floor, 218 square feet, priced at $378. This is just being brought back on the market. Had been listed at $388. City views, $775 is your monthly fees. Not going to go into a lot of details because I covered this not too long ago. A decent looking unit. Island Colony on the 38th floor, 308 square feet, priced at $380. Monthly fees here. Great views. I like this floor. This unit has potential. It comes unfurnished. And just keep in mind, most vacation rental properties in Hawaii, they come furnished, so that adds a whole lot of value. Oftentimes it adds a whole lot of value if they're obviously stage furnished really well. So they're asking kind of a premium to have this unit. It needs to be updated, original tile, and unfurnished. Popcorn ceiling, but obviously you have some great views here. But it's pretty much I would get the whole thing and do a full remodel. And when you price it all in there, $380 is a little high in my opinion. Waikiki Grand on the 3rd floor, 363 square feet, priced at $389. Pretty nice looking unit here. Again, this side of the building is quite nice. It's going to be a lot quieter than the Kapahulu side. The units on the other side of the building, it's not uncommon for guests to complain about the noise, either the street traffic, but there's also a bar restaurant on the 2nd floor of this building. And that gets some complaints as well, quite often. But pretty nice. I think that's priced pretty well. Another unit, Waikiki Grand, on the 7th floor, 271 square feet, priced at $399. This unit is just being brought back on the market. For some reason, they took it off the market about a month ago. So I just covered this back in January. I'm not going to go into much details here or show you many pictures. But if you have any questions, just contact me directly. Island Colony on the 9th floor, studio, 309 square feet, priced at $399. I think this is priced a little high. And I would definitely, I mean, they made a nice attempt to really make it show well. I mean, this is, again, I like the effort, but to me, there's just too many colors, too much going on here. I would definitely change the look of this unit. I don't think this all works very well. But I'm really not one to talk. I'm not an interior designer. I rely on my one of my business partners who she's excellent in interior design to really pick out the theme for units and the furnishings, and she does a stellar job. So if you're looking for someone to do some staging or interior design recommendations, I have my partner, but I also have some other people I work with who are all really, really quality. Kind of like this lower floor view here. You're going to get some street noise here with LOI, but kind of neat that view, in my opinion. Kalakauan on the 5th floor, 437 square feet. This is a 1 bed, 1 bath, price at $409. City views, your fees here. I don't cover this building too often, so I'm pointing out the location. Right in the corner of pretty much Kalakauan and Macaulay, both really busy streets here. And for that reason, a lot of these units get a lot of noise. It's not the most desirable building, but it's nice you can get a 1 bedroom at a very low price point. But a common complaint is the noise. But they did a good job here on this unit. And this is positive. It's located on the quiet side of the building. And it really does make a significant difference just to be on this other side of the building from Kalakaua. There's your views from the lanai. And that's priced pretty well, being on the 5th floor in that condition. Palms at Waikiki on the 4th floor, $455,000. Studio, 312 square feet. Diamond Head ocean views. If this unit came with deeded parking, I think $455,000 would be in the realm. Maybe an offer, but that's high in my opinion for this floor with no parking. Also, you're right here in Moana. Unless you like really listening to traffics and watching the cars go by, really not the most desirable floor in my opinion. Also, hotel furnishings. Just to be clear, you can definitely customize your units at Palms at Waikiki. But yeah, I think that's priced really high, in my opinion. Palms at Waikiki on the 8th floor, priced at $469,000. Now here's a unit that does come with parking. Nice stall here. This is a little challenging because if you pull in, it's just a very low space here. Like you can see right here, only small cars kind of really fit in these parking stalls. You can put a full-size SUV, but SUV is going to be sticking out in the drive somewhat. But this is nice here. Has some ocean views, and this one has been updated, but it does have a dated look, in my opinion. And these are really just hotel style units. You're not allowed to have a sink in the unit, no cooktops. Even with the parking, that seems a little high in my opinion. Island Colony on the 31st floor. This is a 1 bed, 1 bath, 570 square feet, priced at $585,000. City Mountain ocean views, monthly fees here. There's only common area pictures, so I'm just going to skip over this one, but if it's a nice unit, that's a decent price. Ilikai on the 23rd floor. It's a 1 bed, 1 bath, 500 square feet, $585,000. You might think this is a really screaming price for a unit on this floor, but the reason is that any units that are on the second and floors 23 through 25, if you do not use the hotel management services, if you want to self-manage or use a third-party management company, you have to still pay for the daily housekeeping services and use the hotel maintenance services, which can add quite a bit of expenses to the operation. Can add quite a bit of expenses to the management of your property. But all these units on these floors have a very standard look for the most part. Same carpet, a lot of the furnishings, headboards the same, split AC, countertops, cabinets. You're allowed to tweak a few things like new headboards, the wall art you can update, but pretty much the rest is very standardized. And so because of those restrictions, most people who buy on these floors just use the hotel management services. Most of the time, these units sell for quite a bit lower than units that are on floors that don't have these restrictions. But great. This photo does not do justice. When you're on the lanai, these have some great mountain city views at this height. And I think that's a pretty good price given the restrictions. Waikiki Sunset, 1 bed, 1 bath on the 6th floor, 546 square feet. These units do come with parking, $650,000. Diamond Head Mountain views. Here's your monthly fees here. I like this building. I have several clients who own in it. This is over on the Diamond Head side of Waikiki. So some people may like this. This is units, the 6th floor is the common area pool deck, barbecue area. So really no privacy. If you have the blinds open, you're gonna have quite a few people walking to and from pretty much on a regular basis. Hotel furnishings, I definitely recommend updating if you really want to maximize your rental income. And when you update, I've had clients who they keep these cabinets and it still has a pretty good look if you remodel everything else. And even though I'm not a big fan of carpet, you are required to have carpet flooring in the bedrooms at Waikiki Sunset. We'll see. $650. That floor, I would think it's going to sell a little below that. Waikiki Banyan, this is a 1 bed, 1 bath, 9th floor, 533 square feet. These units do come with parking, $678,000. Now, interesting thing about Banyan is that as of April 7th, they are finally starting their pool deck renovations. And suppose it's going to take maybe a year and a half, but Hawaii time, I would bet, I think there's a good chance it's going to go over 2 years, the way this whole project has been delayed. But maybe they get lucky. But it's going to be quite disruptive, it sounds like. I spoke to the building manager just this past week. So the contractor is able to do work from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. And my guess, I mean, there's going to be a lot of concrete destruction, a lot of moving material. I think there's going to be a lot of noise. So we've notified all of our guests that are staying at Waikiki Banyan, and none have canceled. But I've talked to some other property managers who, once they disclose that the pool deck's closing on the 7th, they've had some cancellations. And this unit here needs to be updated. But so back to the pool deck, it is going to pose quite a challenge. Me personally, I would prefer going to the ocean anyways, but I know there's quite a few people who do enjoy the pool, the 2 hot tubs. But once this is done, it should be really beautiful. The plans look quite impressive, but it's going to be kind of a slog to get there in the next, again, year and a half or so. And just based on that floor, I think in that condition, I think that's a little high. We want a Waikiki. This is a 1 bed, 1 bath on the 16th floor. Penthouse unit, 588 square feet, price at $830. I love this building. I love these 1 bedrooms. Here's your monthly fees here. It does include electricity, keep in mind, and the units do have split AC. Good ocean views here. Unfortunately, parking. There's a couple of units that do have parking in this building, but otherwise, if you don't have parking, it's really a challenge to find parking nearby. And this floor plan is a little different than the other 1 bedrooms I like. This is the living room space is pretty tight, as you can see in this photo, but the bedrooms are quite spacious. But this is hotel furnishings. There's a good look at the bedroom. Nice looking unit. And I think it's priced pretty good at $830. Ritz-Carlton, 1 bed, 1 bath on the 19th floor, 624 square feet, just priced under $1 million. Again, if you have any questions, just contact me directly. 2465 Kuhio on the 5th floor. It's a nice 2 bed, 2 bath. It does come with parking. $1.02 million. Just city views. Monthly fees here. Units don't come on the market very often in this building, so it's just kind of central Waikiki, very convenient access to the beach. I do have a client who recently bought all the units are 2 bedrooms. I had a client who just closed in February. He's currently in the process of doing a full remodel. This is a nice looking unit overall. And these units can be split up, so it's operated as a studio with a bath and then also one bed, full bath. Very clean looking though. I like this kitchen area, I like the finish work. Nice tile. But only a few of these units have somewhat ocean views, but you kind of got to lean out on your lanai. Here's the studio here. This is quality. I really like how they made this little kitchenette. Very sharp. Let me just go back. So this is the door that separates the studio from the main living space. But I like it. And I think that's a pretty good price point based on the comps. And the fact this has parking, huge value right there. Waikiki Shore on the second floor is a one bed, one bath, 702 square feet versus 1.35 million. As I mentioned in the past, this is the only vacation rental building in Waikiki that's located right on the ocean, along the beach. Right there, right next to Fort Druzy Park. Big fan of the building. This building is really not known for a great return on cash. It's more of an appreciation play. Because the units just sell for premiums just to, again, the location. Keep in mind, though, that units on lower floors, so this is a public pathway taking people from the street to the beach. Gets a lot of traffic here. So on the lower floor, you're going to be dealing with quite a bit of noise, as this lanai is going to experience. Great photography, though. I really like how they show this, so there's no surprises for any buyers. And the photographer, they either photoshopped or they timed this very well, because usually there's people all around here. But nice looking unit. We definitely would love to manage in here. We have a client who has some interest in buying in here. But again, he's a little concerned about the return on his cash. And recently I covered the 2-bedroom, 2-bath that came on the market, I think for 6.5, and I was expressing how I thought that was quite high. Well, within a few days, they dropped it down to, I think, 5.75 or 5.65, and it went into escrow. Pretty surprised. I mean, given the market, I was thinking maybe it might sit in the market a little longer, but yeah, someone snatched it up for, I think it was 5.75 million. Ilikai on the 11th floor. It's a 2-bed, 2-bath at 1.8 million, 1,000 square feet. I'm a big fan of these 2 bedrooms or Ilikai. One of my most favorite buildings. Great stack to own in here. Great views, as you can see. Magic Island. Great. These are some of the best surf spots on the South Shore, especially if you're surfing a shortboard. Duke's Lagoon, but yeah, iconic Ilikai right there. I would definitely do an upgrade here in the furnishings, pull out the carpet, upgrade the furniture. And I've seen some of these units do 16, 18,000, 19,000 a month. This one, I definitely think you'd have to upgrade in order to reach those kind of monthly income levels. And also I would enclose this bedroom here. Right now it's pocket doors, and I don't like those small single beds. I would tweak that also. Update the kitchen. Yeah, it definitely needs some work, but for ocean view, that to me is not a bad price. Trump Tower, which is now Kalahi. This is a 1-bed, 2-bath on the 37th floor, just priced under $2 million. And last new listing, this is a 2-bed, 2-bath over at Kualima Estates West, over on the North Shore. Just a little under 1,100 square feet, priced for 2.1. That's, if you're not familiar with Kualima, North Shore, Turtle Bay area, you have the Ritz-Carlton up here. Only spot on the North Shore you can legally do nightly rentals. Beautiful spot. Highly rated golf course. There's horseback right up here. Public beach here that's beautiful. With the Ritz there, some great tasty restaurants on site. Nice looking unit. So actually you can accommodate quite a bit of people. There's a bedroom right here, and the bedroom up here, and then you have this loft area where most people do what this owner did, put a couple beds. So you can accommodate 6, 8 people if you want to squeeze it in. The bathroom up here though is pretty small. I've seen some owners get pretty creative to open up the space. So you do have some options for tweaking things. Here's a ground floor bedroom, stacked washer dryer obviously, and then pretty spacious bathroom on the main floor. Nicely done with the photographer. Good Photoshop here, what they did. But yeah, this unit, the bathroom is very tight. Small little shower. Curious to see if that's going to go in escrow. Now moving on to sold. A lot of them, I'm going to go pretty quickly. A lot of them are just Ala Moana. Studio, 216 days on the market, sold for 160. Another studio, almost a year on the market, 165. Studio, quick sale, 6 days on the market, 168. Another studio, 44 days on the market, 168. Studio, 57 days on the market, 196. Ala Moana Studio, 101 days on the market, 210. 308 days for the studio, 210. 297 days, 260. Just really quick, I'm always amazed for how long a property sat on the market and it sells really close to list price. I would always advise, making a more aggressive offer and just seeing what the owner does. Island Colony studio on the 11th floor, long time on the market, sold for $295. The one in Waikiki, so first floor studio, $300,000. Island Colony on the 14th floor studio, $310,000. Trump Tower Kalahi, 8th floor, 53 days on the market, sold for $351. Another Kalahi unit studio, sold for $460, 39 days on the market. Marine Surf, this is a pretty nice looking unit on the 5th floor, $520,500. Ilikai on the 10th floor, $580,000. That to me is a really good price. I have a client who owns a similar unit but on a higher stack on this side, and $580, that's a good one. Kalahi, long time on the market, $600,000. Ilikai on the 23rd floor. This one has ocean views, $660. Pacific Monarch on the 16th floor. This was a nice looking one bed. I like that price, $690. Congrats to the buyer there. Waikiki Sunset, the 28th floor. Also a good price here, $738. Originally this came on the market at $710, and I thought it was a screaming deal, and they increased the price twice before selling at $750, and obviously now selling at $738. But if someone would have moved quick at $710, it's a really nice stack with ocean views. Ilikai on the 12th floor, 93 days on the market, $765. Waikiki Banyan corner unit, 594 square feet, 8 days on the market, sold for $870. So some people are still paying pretty rich prices over at Banyan. Here's a unit, 2 bedroom, 2 bath at 2465 Kuhio, sold for $925 on the 6th floor. Ritz-Carlton, 1 bed, 1 bath, $1.084 million. And last sold listing for this episode, beautiful unit on the Ritz-Carlton, 3 bed, 3 bath. Look at those incredible views, $3.1 million. Well, if you stuck with me this whole time, thank you very much for your support and for watching my channel. Any questions at all about Hawaii real estate? Happy to answer your questions. You contact me anytime. I'm happy to serve you in any way I can. Take care, and I'll be back most likely next weekend. Take care.